If you want to be in the top 1%, live differently. No one is born into the top 1% of achievers. They don't rely on luck. They grow through relentless discipline and intentional living, guided by principles that 99% of people often overlook. The difference begins with how you live, how you think, and how you choose, in the smallest decisions of every single day. Spend your time only with people who deserve it. Jim Rohn once said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Steve Jobs understood this deeply. When he returned to Apple, the first thing he did was cut down most of the projects and kept only a small team of top performers. Because he knew, success doesn't come from ideas, it comes from the people who execute them. The people around you shape your emotional climate and your life standards. Surround yourself with the ambitious, and you rise. Stay close to the complacent, and you settle. Choosing who walks with you is choosing the direction of your life. Master your emotions, because real strength starts with calm. Elizabeth Kenny once said, "He who angers you, conquers you." Nelson Mandela is living proof of that. After 27 years in prison, he walked out not with bitterness, but with peace. He once said, "If I didn't leave my anger behind, then I would still be in prison." Staying calm in chaos doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're strong enough not to let the outside world govern your inner world. Make every minute count, time doesn't come back. Benjamin Franklin reminded us, "You may delay, but time will not." Elon Musk runs multiple companies, yet finds time to read, code, and brainstorm new ideas, because he schedules his day in 5-minute blocks. Every second has a purpose. We don't lack time. We just haven't used it wisely. Once you understand the value of time, you'll start living as if every minute matters, because it does. Stand firm, even if you stand alone. Oprah Winfrey was once fired from a news station for being too emotional as a presenter. Yet it was her emotional honesty that made her a global icon. When you know what you believe in, you won't be easily swayed. You don't have to rebel to have a voice, just live your truth and stand strong without compromising your values. See failure as a teacher, not an enemy. Henry Ford said, "Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently." Thomas Edison failed thousands of times while inventing the light bulb. When asked about it, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work." Failure isn't scary if you use it to grow. What's truly frightening is playing it so safe that you never find out how good you could be. Work from commitment, not just motivation. Abraham Lincoln said, "Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most." Kobe Bryant wasn't just a talent, he was a relentless worker. Even at the peak of his fame, he got up at 4 a.m. daily to train. He didn't wait for motivation, he acted from a deep sense of commitment. If you only work when you feel like it, you'll quit halfway. But when you understand what you're truly chasing, you won't wait for the right mood to move forward. Reflect consistently, because growth requires self-awareness. Socrates once said, "An unexamined life is not worth living." Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, makes it a habit to write down lessons after every major failure. He doesn't hide mistakes, he turns them into assets for future growth. When you reflect regularly, you avoid repeating the same errors. You also begin to understand yourself better, something no one else can do for you. Successful people never stop learning. Howard Marks said, "When you're not learning, you're falling behind." Bill Gates, despite being a billionaire, still dedicates 1 week every quarter to read, think, and reflect. He calls it, "Think Week." It's not because he lacks knowledge, but because he knows the world is always changing, and those who learn faster, adapt better. Learning isn't an obligation. It's a choice made by those who want to stay awake and aware in a world that never stops moving. You don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to be clear about who you want to become. The top 1% didn't get there by chance or talent alone. They live differently. They think differently. They act with consistency, with intention, and with deep belief in themselves. You can start today. You don't have to change your whole life overnight. Just choose a little better. Live a little deeper. Show up a little stronger. And it's those little things that lead to a big breakthrough. Underscore 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 underscore. How to become the top 1%. 1. Spend time only with the right people. 2. Control your emotions in all circumstances. 3. Maximize every minute. 4. Stand firm in your values. 5. Turn failures into opportunities. 6. Work with unwavering commitment. 7. Reflect often to grow. 8. Never stop learning. If you want to be in the top 1%, be ready to do what the other 99% won't. That's where everything changes.